morning, Bizzers. So, because of the time change, it's extra dark today, but I did turn up my light, so hopefully you guys can see me. Today I want to talk about time. It's probably really loud. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring my extra microphone today. But it's not windy, so hopefully that means you guys can hear me. If you're joining me live, comment hashtag live. Catching the replay, comment hashtag replay. And I want to talk to you a little bit about time. Before we do that, I need to talk about two things that could happen. So you guys know that I teach all about YouTube. And those of you who've come to my web class, which is free, by the way, so you should come, you know that it took me over 4 years to figure out what I needed to do with YouTube. And I could have done that much faster if I would have known a few things. And that's essentially what I try and help people with, is to understand the few things you need to know to do it faster, right? But even then, it still takes time. Many of you know I've been a coach for 7 years. I started with e-commerce, and then I extended, discovered the things I did about YouTube, and now I teach about YouTube. And tons of things in between. But all of that took time. I also want to talk about something else in addition to time, and that is how you're connecting with your people. And you guys know this year, my word is connection. And I have been pushing myself to do things I have never done before and have struggled with a lot of it. And even just yesterday, I was debating if it's even worth it, what I've been trying to do. And in my mind, I just kept thinking, this is either a case of I've screwed it all completely up, or I haven't waited long enough. And I don't know about you guys, but I can be incredibly patient in the short term. Never really thought I was patient, but I've worked with enough of you, and enough of you have told me that I am, to know that apparently patience is something that I have in some certain amount of quantity, especially when it comes to other people. But for myself, I expect results now. And my patience becomes limited, and less the longer something takes. So let's talk about time. So there is a saying, only time will tell. And I think that in a lot of instances that is the case. You try a strategy, you have to wait to see if it's going to actually work. You might get indications early on, but ultimately only time is going to tell you whether or not that's going to work for you. It's one of the reasons I get so angry when someone commits to something and does it for a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months, and then just quits, regardless of what feedback they've gotten, regardless of all the positives they've seen to prove that it is actually doing something. And it's not just you guys that do this. I do this too. I can see all of the indications that what I'm doing is exactly right, but if it isn't as fast as I want, I'm tempted to give up. I think it's human nature, right? You have a goal, and until you hit that goal, the rest of it somehow doesn't matter, even though it does. But there's a problem with this idea of time will tell. If you're not doing what has to happen, you can wait forever and you will never get the results you want. And so that's the question I have for you today. Are you in a situation where you're doing the right things and you are seeing actual numbers, actual indications, actual facts, not just feelings, that what you're doing is correct, and you just need to wait? Or are you not doing what you need to be doing? Because there are tons of things we can spend our time on that will never get us the results that we are looking for. I'm going to say that again. There are tons of things you can spend your time on that will not get you the results you're looking for. So let's be real here, guys. What results am I talking about? I'm talking about sales. If you are a business owner, if it is more than a hobby, you want to get sales. That is the entire point of having a business. It doesn't mean you don't want to help people. I 100% want to help everybody around me. That doesn't mean that sales is not a goal. So let's get down to nitty gritty here, guys. My question for you is, are you doing the wrong things, or are you doing the right things and you just need to wait a little longer? Here's some ways that you can tell. Number one, how many of your people have you actually connected with, talked to, messaged, emailed, whatever the case may be, in the last week, in the last month? And if you're like, well, Elise, my email list is 100 people, and I had 100 people, 25 people visit my website in the last week, 100 in the last month, and I have 500 social media followings on several different platforms. So I guess that means maybe, let's be nice, 1,000 people. Let's just say. Is that enough? No, it's not. Sorry guys, you know I don't like to sugarcoat things, so if this just hurt you, if you just felt this, then good, because that was the intention. It's not good enough. All of those things we just mentioned, those are all not direct connections. Those are all like, especially the social media, those are like, okay, someone might be aware that you exist, but did you actually connect with them? Having a large email list, say 2,000 or more, is definitely a good way to get sales. 100? 300? 500? Yeah, you can probably still get sales, but are you really connecting with those people? More than your social media, for sure. Have you gotten comments and engagement back that you then responded to? Those count. But if you're just talking about, I have so many followers, that doesn't count. And this is something that, again, I have done wrong for years. Okay, guys? Years. Just like I failed at YouTube for 4 years, and it took me that long to finally get my head out of my butt and figure out what the problem was. To realize that what I was being told wasn't working and I needed to change it. 4 years, guys. 4 years on YouTube doing it wrong. Because I wouldn't trust myself. Just like I've spent the last 7 years thinking social media and posting and all of these things was enough. It wasn't. I thought I was doing it all and I wasn't. It is important to have a social media presence. We have talked about scales, scales, not score. It's like, that's not right. We've talked about scales before. If you missed those videos, go back and find them. I'll be touching on them some more in the next couple of days. But to legitimize your business, which is the L in scales, is important. And that's what social media does. But if you're spending all of your time on just posting and making videos and not actually connecting with people, you're gonna have a very long road ahead of you. Ask how I know. You have to actually connect with people. You have to find a way. Join a Facebook group and talk to them. Learn how to do posting. Make videos on YouTube that actually get people to respond to you. These are ways to actually connect with people. Every single week I get emails from people who have watched my videos on YouTube. Do you know what that tells me? That tells me that what I'm doing on YouTube is grabbing people's attention and they're reaching out to connect with me, which apparently is my superpower. Apparently I'm not the best at connecting, going out and inviting people to connect, but I'm real good at having people reach out to me and then connecting. Human design. You don't know what it is, look it up. Still don't know how I feel about it, but supposedly that's the case. So I'm gonna ask you again, how many people have you actually engaged, talked with, connected with over the last week? And if your number is 20 or less, you're not connecting. You're never gonna convince people to buy what you have. This does not count running ads unless you are engaging back with people that are commenting. That counts as connection. This does not count posting to social media unless they're commenting and you're commenting back and engaging with them. This does not count posting to your Facebook page unless people are commenting back and you're responding back to them. You have to actually engage with them. You have to actually talk to them. You have to actually connect with them for it to count. So what I want to know is how many of you have 20 or less? Comment, tell me. I want to know. I actually want to know. And how many of you have 20 or more? And if you want to share an exact number, you certainly can. Now let's expand this to a month. How many people have you connected with in the last month? Put a number. The reason I'm talking about this, guys, is because everybody talks about the word connection, right? Even when I chose it as my word for this year, I was like, oh, good. Another thing that everybody's using, another word that's so popular right now. But nobody actually tells you what it means. Nobody actually tells you how to do it. There's like, you need to connect. Use social media to connect with your people. Blah. No. Okay, yes, you can use social media to connect with people, but how? How do you do that? And you guys know I love the step-by-steps. So I'm going to tell you right now. Are you guys ready? It's not that hard. I thought it was so hard, but it's really not. Go find a group on Facebook where your people hang out. Anywhere. If you only know that your people are women, go join one of these women entrepreneur groups, look at what the rules are, and then post a question. Or better than just a question, post a question that will get people to want to share their thing. So, Madeline, I'm going to guess you're going to watch this video because you normally do. And I'm going to tag you on it when I'm done, so I'm certain you're going to watch it. Go into one of those groups and ask, what's your favorite thing to connect with nature? What's the one place that you love to go because it brings you peace? These are questions directly geared towards people who love nature. And I guarantee you people will answer them. And if they don't the first time, then you mix it up a little bit, add an emoji, repost it later. Because depending upon when you post in these groups, you will have success or not. Then when people respond, reply back to them and say, yes, I absolutely love that. Or, oh, I would rather go to the lake than the mountains, but the mountains are beautiful too. Did you know that I actually make jewelry inspired by nature? I'd love to hear your opinion. Or if you're allowed to actually post links, it depends on the group, you could actually post a link to a product that directly responds to what it is they're saying. Or you could have a download, which I've talked to you about before, that gives them other ideas of ways to enjoy nature outdoors. Or like a blog article. A free item usually you're allowed to mention. You may not be able to post the link though, so you have to look at the specific group. But the point here, guys, is those things are direct connections with people. Friend those people, message those people, talk to those people outside of your post, and now you've made a real connection. That's it. It's as simple as it is. And yes, it takes time. But if you're spending 2-3 hours a day or several days a week on social media posting that is getting you nowhere, why not cut that in half and spend 2 or 3 hours a week trying posts like this and seeing if you can actually connect with your people? But when you do that, remember, it takes time. So these particular strategies are strategies I have been using for about 3 months. And I have seen some successes. I have seen stats that show that it's working, but not as much as I want. And I find myself questioning a lot and ready to throw in the towel and give up. But I have to tell you that every time I get to that point, something happens to prove to me that I'm wrong and that I just need to wait. And I suspect the same is going to be true for you. So, only time will tell. Only works for you if you're doing the things that you have to connect with your people. And just posting social media that doesn't cause engagement is not it. Just posting on YouTube is not it. You have to create content that is engaging. And if you want more help with that, I have a monthly membership where you get to meet up with me 3 times a month and do group coaching. Right now it is a very small membership, so you will get a lot of time with me. I also do monthly strategy sessions. I even offer a free 15-minute coffee chat to talk to you about what it is that you need help with. For any of those things, all you need to do is comment and ask me, or feel free to personally message me. I would love to connect and help you, because Yes, I want you to be paying me for things. I want to make money. But more than that, I want to help you make the money so that you can have me help you. I hope that made sense. I'm not in this just to take your money, okay? I'm in this because I legitimately want you to live your dreams and be making the money that you need to feel like it is cost effective to pay me. So message me. Let me know how I can help you. And I would love to do that for you. If you need someone to help you brainstorm what to post in a group, how to find a group, let me know. Ask in this group, in the MS Fizzers Facebook group. Ask for help. Post and say, this is what I do. How can I connect with people? And I will come on, tag me, Elise Michelle, because I might miss it otherwise. And I will come on there and I will help you with some ideas. There is no reason, zero reason for any of us to be struggling like this. It doesn't have to be that hard. And so if you are hearing this message, more than anything, what I want you to know is that you are not alone. You do not have to be alone. And you are not stuck wherever you think you're stuck. Reach out for help, no matter how hard that is, no matter how much every instinct in your body says, oh, she's just going to try and sell you something. I legitimately want to help you. So please let me. Come join the MS Fizzers Facebook group. Find me on Facebook. I'm Elise Michelle. And ask for help. I just love you guys to bits. I am so glad we get to live our dreams together every single day. And I can't wait for the time waiting to be up. But until then, let's wait together. Bye.